Hello and welcome. You're watching Talk of the Town. I'm Jessa Jeremiah in today for Robyn Zimmerman. We have a fantastic show for you. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to check in with some local businesses and do some spotlights, including learning a little bit about one here on Hilton Head Island in the healthcare field. Right now, though, you might not expect how fascinating this topic is going to be. We're talking a little bit about mold remediation and indoor air quality. Rhonda Priest is joining us. She's with PriestEnvironmental. Nice to see you.
Thanks for having me.
I was saying on the break, I watched a presentation that you did on this topic, and it was absolutely fascinating. There's so much to know, and in your line of work, boy, you really do have to know a lot about this, obviously. So we're going to start by talking a little bit about mold remediation, the process, and there's actually a federal standard, which I didn't know. Tell us about it.
Correct. So there's a federal standard for mold remediation that we follow, and it's a 5-step process, and that is written to keep the client's safety and our safety in mind. It's a 5-step process that includes air containment, air scrubbing equipment, a cleaning process. I'm wearing full PPE. So we have to follow that federal standard in order to keep our clients safe.
Absolutely. And one of those things I didn't even really understand was standardized, but of course makes sense that it would be. So fascinating stuff. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about air quality. And this is a topic I think that is on a lot of people's minds. Let's talk though about indoor air quality specifically. And there's testing that needs to be done. So
Correct.
When should be done? How is this done? How do you test the air quality?
So one of the things that we try to do is save our customers money anytime we can. So if we have visible suspected mold growth in a home, we don't really recommend testing because it just saves the customer money from that expense. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter what type of mold is in the home. If we see it visibly, it needs to be removed. Now, if someone has some health issues that they're not sure where it's coming from, they're not experiencing those anywhere else, or say there's going to be litigation at some point, possibly, then we would recommend air testing. And how we do that is we take one indoor air sample and one out, and we compare those two to make sure that they're equivalent and we don't have anything that we shouldn't have indoors.
Okay, well, all good stuff. This is the $1,000,000 question. I know a lot of our homeowners out there want to know this one. So, mold. It's one of those things that is so tricky, and obviously, we talked a little bit about the process and the standard, but is there a way to keep it from forming?
There is.
And keep it from coming back?
Yes, there is. Part of what we do is we help find the cause. Mold is expected. It's part of our ecosystem. We need it, but it shouldn't be growing in your home. Here in the South, where there's such a high humidity level for the majority of the year, it's expected.
Yeah.
And so what we try to do is help our clients keep it gone once we get rid of it, whether that's having a roofer come in and check the roof or an HVAC contractor come in. We have a great network of professionals that we work with to help us help our clients not have to deal with it again.
Yeah. And one of the things that I learned from you in the presentation, Rhonda, really is that it's a bit counterintuitive. So sometimes us as homeowners, we think we're using the right products and doing the right things, and yet we still get mold. So it's helpful to bring in the professional for sure. I want to spend the minute that we have left talking a little bit about your business specifically, a little bit about your philosophy and values, if you would.
Sure. One of the things that we really firmly believe in is not operating on a base of fear. People hear the word mold and they think they're going to get sick or worse, and that they have to tear their house down or something similar. We try to use a common sense approach. Mold, again, is expected in the South. We get rid of it. We help you figure out how to keep it from coming back, and then we move on. And it doesn't have to be the death sentence of your home or your air quality. It can be remedied, and we can make it so that your home is healthy again. So we try to use that approach and not base our business on someone else's fear.
Absolutely. Well, we sure do appreciate that, and we appreciate you taking a minute to give us some pointers, share a little bit about what you do, Rhonda. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, and we hope we see you on the other side of this break. Stick with us.